Our next artist is the winner of the 2017 Boston Comedy Festival, who would be touring the country if he wasn't stuck at home like the rest of us. Drew Dunn. Drew, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What do you like the best about performing in Boston specifically?
Boston just has such a long history of comedy, and I think that it goes right into the crowd. So you get a crowd that has seen so much comedy, so you really have to elevate your game to kind of stand your own in a lot of these different rooms, and it makes you better for sure.
I watched a video online. You're kind of going at it with this Boston heckler, and I'm just curious, how do Boston hecklers compare to hecklers around the country?
A lot of times, for me, in my experience, Boston hecklers are a lot more like the uncle at Thanksgiving that think they're funnier than everybody at the table. So they'll just start yelling out to try and add to your joke, or they look at my haircut and they think, oh, I'm funnier than this kid, and then they just have to say something. So a little more confidence, I would say, out of a Boston heckler compared to other places of the country. But with that being said, there's crazy people all over this country. So.
Sounds like every bar in Boston that I've ever been to. I feel like I've met that person before. Drew, please describe what video we're about to watch.
So for the stand-up video, this is just a short little clip of a performance I did earlier this year. It's basically going to be a piece of an upcoming stand-up special / album that I'm self-producing. So it was filmed at the Tupelo Music Hall in Derry, New Hampshire, and I had a lot of fun that night. It was a good crowd.
All right, let's see it.
My name is Drew. If you can't tell from looking at me, I am a millennial. So I'm sorry. I get the hate towards my generation. I do. There's a lot of things people say about them that don't apply to me. Like, you know, those millennials. They're all living off their parents' money. I'm one of 7 kids in my family. There has never been money. My first line of credit was with the lunch lady at my middle school. She'd hit me up for money every week. You got my money this week, Drew? No, Janice, just leave me alone. Stop sending my family letters. I'm 11. I don't know how this works. Now, these millennials, they all live at home with their parents till they're 30 years old. Not me, okay? I'm married. I live with my wife, who lives with her parents. Totally different situation. I do. I live with my in-laws right now, which I gotta tell you, it's just the dream. Every day. They keep asking when we're gonna have kids. I think that's the worst part. I'm not ready to be a parent, you know? I'm not ready to be a leader of a cult. That's what families are if you break it down. The little cults that you can start if you want to, right? Put everybody in the same house. You get to make up all the rules, call meetings. There's a leader with some omnipotent name like Mother. Plus, I think there's things every family does. You don't realize that they're weird or not normal until you try them outside the walls for the first time. Like, here's how my mom used to gather all 7 of my siblings together. Woo, what? That's it. She didn't know how to whistle. So she would just scream the rhythm at the top of her lungs. It was effective, but I thought everybody did that. Try and call my buddy over at school for the first time. Full cafeteria. Hey, Mike! Mike, I saved you a seat! Whoa, what? No, sure, we're not sitting with you. It's a quick way to sit alone all year. That's what that is. Nobody wants to sit with a kid doing war cries in the corner. It's not how you make friends.
You've had a lot of performances that have been postponed at this time. I mean, what is life like for a comedian like yourself?
Much different. I'm in my car way less. I'm at the airport way less. I'm just not traveling. I mean, it's kind of crazy that the whole industry of comedy was just kind of taken away all at once. It's not something that I think any comedian was prepared for. So now I think a lot of us are scrambling to still try and find some sort of avenue to get our jokes and our ideas out there. So
you've gotten really creative though during this time. You've been making animated shorts about quarantine life. Now,
yes.
I'm curious, what does your quarantine life look like specifically?
Yeah, so it looks a lot like the room behind me. It's a lot of, for me, it's a lot of right now sitting in front of the computer making these animations because it's very time consuming. A lot more spending time with my wife, which is great because she's now not going to work every day. I'm not going on the road every weekend. So that's been really nice staying home. I have time to exercise. I'm not eating fast food as much. So a lot of positives. The only thing I'm really missing is the stage and, income, all that stuff.
So you're one of the people that's being healthier during this time. I'm the opposite, but I admire that a lot. What is the process like of creating these videos? Because it does not look easy.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. And if I hadn't been slowly kind of teaching myself these programs over the last few years, I don't think I would be in a position to be able to make these videos. So basically between Sunday, Monday, and sometimes rolling into Tuesday, I'll be writing the scripts, trying to figure out the idea that I want to talk about this week. And then working into doing the voiceover for all the different characters from there. And then the last 3 days are just me grinding out, doing all the lip syncing to make sure all the mouths are moving right and all the arm movements, the head movements, the backgrounds, all those kind of things to kind of piece the puzzle together and then have the finished product done by Sunday and then start all over again.
And when I watched one of these videos, I had a hard time believing that it was just one person who created this. But we're about to see one, and people should know that this is just you making this video with about 40 hours of work into it.
Yeah, just about, give or take. And yeah, it's a lot of work, but for me, it's a lot of fun, and I can do all these different crazy voices. So I wanted to find a fun way to put them all out there, and I think I have. So
Drew, now more than ever, we could all use a little laughter in our lives. What does it mean to you to be that person who's providing that moment of happiness, that moment of joy for someone who's watching these videos?
Yeah, it's very rewarding. It's definitely different than the live action stand-up where I'm on stage and I get to have contact with those people that I made laugh. But it's still fun to know that even if it's just for a couple of minutes, that people kind of took a break out of their day, forgot everything that was going on, and just had a laugh. So this is a little trailer that I put together, kind of showing the episodes that I've made so far in quarantine, and to give you a little taste of what's to come. Hope you guys enjoy it.
License and registration.
Some people are holding it together, like me. We are gonna start having some changes around here.
See you later, COVID Bin Laden.
Someone get me an onion. I'm about to do one of that volcano joint.
You betcha.
What, you think I was an innocent little flower? I don't think anyone thought that, sweetheart. Can you eat cream cheese raw?
I got a good list.
So what exactly do you do?
I make money.
This guy looks like a Bond villain that got away with it. You think I can't understand you? We'll all be stronger after this. Together.
Drew, you're clearly a very talented, a very funny guy. Hopefully quarantine life doesn't last too long for all of us. But if we do want to see the next video, where can we find it?
Well, thank you very much. If you want to see the next video, they're uploaded every Sunday at noon on my Facebook, my Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, or just go to my website. They're up there every week as well, drewduncomedy.com.
All right, well, check it out. Stay safe.
Thanks. You too.